We are headed to Cut It Out Barbershop to go talk to my guy Ant, the owner, hear his story, how he did it.
I'm Anthony Brooks at Cut It Out Barbershop, aka King of Cuts. You're watching Mr. Superior behind the clippers.
Wanna talk to the hottest barbers in the business? Give them the credits, the recognition. I wanna know how they got it and how they get it. Face so blurry, I'm getting dizzy. Mr. Superior, I'm in your city.
What's up, everybody? You're watching Mr. Superior behind the clippers, and I'm right here with Ant, the owner of Cut It Out Barbershop, right here on Grand Avenue. To begin with, bro, why don't you tell us how you got started, man? How'd you start cutting hair? How long you been cutting for?
I started when I was 14. The story funny. I was it was about 88, and my mom was cutting my hair at the time. So my mom cut my hair this one summer, and man, she put like 3 bald spots in the top of my head.
Right.
Bro. I'm not even playing. 3, I mean quarter-size bald spots. So all summer I wore a hat, and I was like, man, I ain't doing this. She ain't cutting my hair no more. And then I got into it. Me and like 2 of my guys, they were cutting. I was cutting on each other. And by the time I was 16, I was pretty much Gucci with it, man.
Were you in a barbershop at?
Nah.
No,
Man, honestly, I never wanted to get into a barbershop until I got my license, because I know the laws and things like that. So even when I was 16, I had a lot of people trying to, man, I got a shop. And I just was like, man, I don't want to get into a shop until I get my license. So
Right.
I never got into a shop until I think the first shop I was in was the Fade Factory.
Okay.
I think I was like 24 years old.
Yeah. And so by the time you got to that shop, you already had your clientele.
No, actually, because I went to school in Arkansas.
Okay.
Barber school in Arkansas, and then I came back, and I had just moved in the area before I went to barber school. So I had cut a couple people in the area, and when I went to barber school, they was like, man, we're gonna hook you up when you come back. So I came back, and it was like, man, they just opened a barbershop, the Fade Factory on Austin and Fullerton. And we told them about you. Man, they said, come over when you come back. So I went over there, talked to Juan, and after that, man, it was great.
Yeah. So how'd you end up opening this shop here, man? How'd you end up?
That's my wife's. That's my man. The story behind the first shop I ever owned, which was across the street. Man, honestly, one day me and my wife were driving, and we were going to Rosemont, and we were going past here, and somebody had opened a little boutique style barbershop right there. And man, I'll tell you, my wife was like, man, I want to own that one day. And I was like, man, somebody own it. What you mean you gonna own it? And we kept going what was going. And man, it just so happened, after I left the Fade Factory, I went to a spot on Damon and Austin. And I stayed there for a couple of years, and then it was just time for me to move on. And I wound up across the street. And I was over there for 2 or 3 years, and the lady who owned it, she was like, man, I gotta close up. And I called my wife. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to go back to the Fade Factory. And my wife was like, nah, go over there, talk to the landlord, see if he'll rent us the space. And I was like, I'm not outgoing like that. In the barbershop, you know, barbers are different in the barbershop as opposed to out on the street. Right. You know what I'm saying? In the barbershop, you're in your zone. Yeah. That's your spot. Yeah. You control the atmosphere.
Absolutely.
On the street, you in the club or so, you just low key, laid back, chilling. So my wife's like, man, go see if he'll rent it. And man, he wound up renting it to us, and I was there for 9 years, and then we moved across here February of last year. And you know, we remodeling right now. We put in the first year, but we knew we had to upgrade some things here and there. So yeah, we just right now we're remodeling, but man, it's been
that's crazy,
nice
man.
journey.
You never know when you take that risk. And look where you're at today. It motivates you every day to keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, gives you that drive every day, man.
Owning my own thing is always going to give you your own drive when you own your own shit, because nobody's going to take care of it like you'll take care of it. Right. But I've always loved, this to me is like, you just at the crib hanging with friends all day, but you're making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? if you at home in the basement just chilling, talking with your friends, and most of the time people that come in the shop, they're your friends. When they first come, they might be a new customer, but at the end of the day, after 5-6 years, y'all gonna be cool.
You
know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's the love. It's just the love of cutting hair, man. I know the difference it makes in people's lives to have a good haircut. You don't got to worry about going to school or, you know, and a kid clowning you because, like, with my mom, she put the 3 bald spots in my head. Yeah. You can't do that, bro. Yeah. You out there with 3 bald spots, and they gonna be like, man, where you go to get your haircut? But you know, you make people feel good when they get a good haircut. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important thing, man. You build relationships and bonds with people, man, that are sometimes lifelong. You know what I'm saying? I had customers that I started cutting when they were high school, grammar school, and now they grown with their own kids. Now they're bringing their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Generations of
exactly. And you get to see these people grow up and become what they become, and that's great, bro. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the customer don't feel the same way, but you feel that way because you've watched them grow.
Right. And then when they're going for that interview for that new gig, man, and when they're going to, and they just signed the papers on the new house, man. They want to go with a fresh cut.
Exactly.
You know?
And they come through and they excited.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just bought a house.
Wedding day, people getting married,
you
man.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly, man. I'm getting married today, and I need the best cut.
Right.
And that takes a load off them. They ain't got to worry about, man, is my hair right? You know what I'm saying? The hair right, the beard right. So you worry about everything else, but you fresh when you gonna walk down that aisle, or you going to the interview.
What are your views on the barber game and the industry, and what do you think makes a good barber?
Views on the barber game. Well, first, a good barber is gonna be on time. And you gonna really, because barbering is a hustle. If you don't show up to work, you ain't making no money.
Right.
So barbering is a hustle. What I don't like in the barber game right now, especially with a lot of the younger barbers, they got into it because they seen, oh, this shop was popping, that shop was popping, I could jump in. But you don't have the same love for cutting hair. And we don't have the love for cutting hair, you're gonna abuse it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna treat your customers right, you ain't gonna treat your coworkers right. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, anybody that comes into my shop, they're my customer, whether they get cut with another barber or not, because this is my shop.
Right.
So I treat everybody that comes in, I try to treat everybody that comes in the same. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's my customer or somebody else's customer, you speak to them, you shake their hand, man, you know. But as far as the barber industry, it's crazy right now. So many barbers out here, man. Shops just be popping up here, there, everywhere. But I mean, if you can do it, at least have the love for it. Don't just do it because you're trying to make a quick dollar and you messing this person up, you messing that person up. You know what I'm saying? Because if a bad cut leaves out of my shop, I feel bad. Because what they gonna say? Well, you get your hair cut. And even if they don't say the barber's name, they're gonna say cut it out barbershop. You know what I'm saying? And that's a bad look on me. Because every customer I put out my shop, I put them on point. You know what I'm saying? I take pride in the haircut when it walks out of my shop. And if you don't take pride in the haircut, if you're just doing it for the money, you ain't gonna take pride in it. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna, oh man, this nigga give me $30 and he gone. Right. He look bogus, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's gonna cost the business money. Because that's one customer who's not gonna come back to that business, you know what I'm saying?
And who knows how many people he's gonna go tell.
Exactly. And it's just like you said, we were talking earlier, it's a domino effect, you know what I'm saying? One person gives you a bad review, one person gives you a bad anything, and they got friends, and their friends gonna see it, and their friends gonna be like, man, I'm not going there, and they're gonna tell their friends. Yeah. And before you know it, 1,000 people know that one person got a bad haircut.
They say that a bad haircut will get out, the word will get out for a bad haircut 5 times as much as you do a good haircut.
Yeah, 5 times as
people
fast.
are more likely to talk shit.
Exactly, especially when they get a man. People's personal appearance, just like you, just like me, bro. My personal appearance is everything.
Like the barber book, man, your professional image.
Exactly. You know, you don't want to be going out to an event and your lining looks like this, but you supposed to be one of the best barbers in the city. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah. If you the image, it's just the haircut and the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. It's all a part of your image and your brand, you know what I'm saying? So you want your shit always to be on point, bro. Always got to be on point.
Your character is everything.
Yeah,
you got to guard that.
always.
Yeah, I feel that 100%, man. What advice would you give to a barber starting off in this industry that just getting started, man, and wants to have a successful career, man?
Man, you got to grind, bro. I've known since I first picked up a pair of clippers, cutting hair is a grind. It's like, man, you got to go hard every day. When I was a shorty, when I first started cutting, I got good. I lived up north in Laker Projects. And I call my mom right now. You ask my mom, bro. When I was cutting hair, I'm up at 7 in the morning. I'm setting a little table out in front of the crib, putting on my clippers. And I'm there from 7 in the morning to 11 at night. Getting money. It's a hustle, man. If you really want to make a career out of this, you got to have that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm an owner, I can relax a little bit. Right. A little bit. Not too much, because I still have my customers and I still have responsibilities. But
you've reached the goal that
I ain't even reached the goal that I'm reaching for, because I want to own a school. I want to cut hair forever, but I want to teach.
Right.
And that's the thing with me. There's so many kids out here who want to learn how to cut hair the proper way, and it's not too many schools in Chicago that'll teach you that. So I want to open my own school, bro, and teach these kids the proper way to cut. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important. Once they learn that, and they learn the essentials of barbering, because it's not just about the cuts. It's about your customer service. It's about disinfecting. It's a lot of things in bar. It's not just that, oh, I could cut. You could cut, but you got a piss poor attitude.
Right.
You treat your customers like they owe you something. And that's not what it's about. Man, bro, I tell my barbers every day. I got customers who come from the south side. My brother-in-law, he comes from 95th and Halstead. He passed his 10, 11.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. He passes so many shots, and he could easily say, man, you know what, I don't even feel like driving out there. I'm going to save the gas and a couple dollars, and I'm going to go to this shop. So man, these people travel. They put their trust in you, and they support you. So you got to be supportive to them, too. Because like I said, they can stop anywhere and get a haircut. Right. Anywhere. They can stop a block before you and get a haircut. That's major. So a lot of people think it's just, man, I can cut. That don't mean you're going to be successful.
Right.
That don't mean you're going to be successful. There's been plenty of basketball players, baseball players, they can play, but that don't mean it's going to translate into success. It's a lot of things that it's a ball of things. It's not just one thing. You know what I'm saying? So unless you got all of that, you probably ain't going to be successful in cutting hair, bro. And these young kids coming up, that's what they gotta learn. And you gotta get with somebody older who can show you things. You know what I'm saying? If you ever wake up and say, man, I know everything in the barber game, you're a liar. Right. Nobody knows anything. I've been cutting hair for 30 years. I'm 46. I started when I was 16. And I don't know everything. There's still things I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? I see other barbers who do different things that I can't do. And I want to learn that.
That's what makes you great, man.
Exactly. You can't never rest on what you know. You got to always be willing to learn more. Period. Especially in cutting hair. Because so many things come around. Barbering is always evolving, and if you can't evolve with it, you're going to be left out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. That's why they say, continue your education with the barbering and all that, man, because things do update every yearly, and new styles and all that stuff, man. There's only one way to do it, man.
Without a doubt. It's always something you can learn. Always something. Whether it's graphics, dyeing, cutting with scissors, it's always something you can learn, bro, in the barber game. And once you learn one thing, move on to the next one. It can't be a career. You know what I'm saying? People you should do this, you should do that. I'm a barber, and that's what I'm going to do till I die. I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to keep improving on my skill. I'm going to keep treating my customers the best I can. I'm here for longevity. I'm not here for the weekend.
Right,
I'm here for longevity.
Absolutely, man.
30 years, I'm trying to turn that to 60, 70, 90. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people, they get into it, they start, they do 3-4 years, and then next thing you know, I'm gonna go work at Costco. I'm gonna work at Food for Less. Man, that just tells that you weren't committed to it the way you should.
Yeah,
I've been here 30 years.
Right.
And I'm not doing nothing else. I ain't going to work nowhere else.
My life, yeah.
Exactly. This is my life, this is my love. And I'm gonna do this till I die.
What's up, it's Mr.